Welcome into your ESPN headline. I'm Tony Collins. According to ESPN.com's Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst, the trade talks that involve Lakers Pau Gasol and Cavs Andrew Bynum are not going as smoothly as expected and have been stalled. For more on this, we are joined by ESPN NBA writer Brian Windhorst. Brian, in theory, this swap makes sense. Why has the deal been halted?
Well, I think the Lakers are sort of at a crossroads here. This is a potentially painful trade for them. By trading Pau Gasol, a guy who's been a star for them, who's been part of a couple of championships, and is really their one healthy remaining, star player, they're basically admitting to their fan base that they are, punting on the season. And, they are not playing well at all right now. They're on a losing streak. Their injuries are piling up. It certainly makes sense to make this move, but doing something like this because it makes sense and doing something like this emotionally are difficult things. And so the Lakers are trying to get more in return from the Cavs than simply getting rid of Gasol to dump salary, which is essentially what this would do. And they're having trouble coming to grips with that because that's what the Cavs are offering. The Cavs are not wanting to give them any future assets. They just want to take Pau Gasol in return for that salary dump.
So what do you think is the likelihood that the trade talks get back on track?
I think this will go all the way down to the deadline, which in this case is next Tuesday. The reason that's a deadline is because that's the day when Andrew Bynum's contract becomes guaranteed. And once that happens, there's no more value in this trade for the Lakers. And so I think the Lakers are going to stew on it. They've got a couple of winnable games coming up against the Jazz and then the Nuggets, two teams that are not playing well at all, to see if they can get some traction going. But the Cavs are not waiting around. They are moving forward and looking for other options, for other places to go with Andrew Bynum. So I think the Lakers and Cavs will continue to talk all the way down until either Bynum gets traded or the deadline next week.
Now, Gasol has seen better seasons. He's got 15.1 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game. If this deal doesn't pan out, how likely are the Lakers to get rid of Gasol?
Well, the reason they would do it now is because if you trade for Bynum and waive him, you can get totally out of the luxury tax. That's a $20 million savings. If you don't do this deal now, there's no other trade that the Lakers could make between now and February that would get out of the luxury tax. So it doesn't really have as much importance after this. So I would assume that they are going to, if they're going to trade Pau Gasol, most likely would happen between now and next week. If they don't, they'll probably try to hang on to it.
ESPN NBA writer Brian Windhorst with the insight. Once again, talks between the Lakers and the Cavs over Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum trade have stalled. For the latest on this story and other NBA news, make sure to keep it right here on ESPN.com. I'm Tony Collins with your ESPN headline.